Hey, we got a good one for y'all tonight. I am Mama Duck's baby duck, Mr. No Ducks himself, quack, quack. But watch this, though. And y'all know we cannot duck no conversation when it comes to SummerSlam, and I am not by myself. Mama Duck told me, look, man, you done started this YouTube channel. You got some content put up there, but you ain't really putting out enough content. So I said, yes, Mama Duck, I'm gonna make sure that I go out here and do my thing. Well, brother David has been around to keep me on my P's and Q's. We got the CBW comic book writer himself in the building, Mr. David, my brother. How you doing, bro?
I'm hanging in there, man. I'm good. Everything is fine. How's it going
Right.
with you?
Everything going cool with me, man. I don't got no complaints. I'm excited. I'm lit. I'm turned up. You can hear it in my voice, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just glad to get with you, man. You know what I'm saying? We got SummerSlam coming up in about a week, a little bit under a week or whatever, man. And we got like what 9, almost 10 matches at it. I think they probably gonna announce another match or two before it's all said and done. But before we even get into that, I know you seen it. I seen it or whatever. We didn't really have a chance to talk about what went down on Monday Night Raw. I did my solo show, but me and you haven't talked about it, man. What do you think about what happened on Monday Night Raw? Any of the highlights, any backstage segments, matches? What you think about the show last night, bro?
uh, the show was okay. I watched it. Um, I think that what they're doing with Powerhouse Keys or Powerhouse Hobbs is somewhat of a crime, but maybe they're trying to set things up with him. But him teaming up with Solo and L.A. Knight to go up against the Bloodline. I think that the feud might be somewhat forced, but other than that, I think I'm kind of excited about it because I believe LA Knight kind of forced the two of them into his fight. And I don't know, Solo may or may not. I don't think Solo's going to turn on him. I think that Solo, it's kind of like a dark horse in a sense. Um, and then you've got Powerhouse Hobbs or you've got Royce Keys, who him and Jacob Fatu, they went from being close in the beginning of the year to not being close at all. And that's about 5 months. And then you got LA Knight, of course. LA Knight's been fighting the bloodline since Roman Reigns, his first title reign when he was Universal Champion. So all in all, I think that's good. Io Sky, of course, she's continuing
Hold on
her.
before you move on. Hold on. I want to
My
speak on
bad.
that for a minute too. You know the
Okay.
video I did last night when I did the review. I entitled it "Solo is Tripping" because y'all already know I want the whole bloodline to get back together. Everything that I'm booking, within my own self is gonna be some kind of storyline that lead to him getting back with the bloodline. I don't know if he gonna turn on them per se on SummerSlam, but I'm looking forward for him to turning on Royce Keys and LA Knight at SummerSlam. If he don't, he'll probably turn on Seth Rollins once Seth Rollins joins the fold. I think that I think he do kind of hate the bloodline going off the storyline, but I don't think he really hate the bloodline because he's a part of the family. You know what I'm saying? The elders, man. Even if he don't want to get in line, they gonna make Jacob Fatu make him get in line. So that's maybe a future storyline that I can see coming. It may not like go that way right there on SummerSlam, man. What you said about Royce Keys, yeah, I can't really think of no storyline for them to have him in the moment based off of. Since they've showcased him and brought him on to the WWE universe, and I would say he kind of got a slow start, but I can see it still gaining momentum. I don't think it's over for him or nothing like that. I think putting him in a multi-man match like this will kind of sharpen up his skills. You know what I'm saying? And we'll see him go on some kind of run after this bloodline stuff is over. But the bloodline do need people to fight. And since they don't have no major factions right now outside of like the Judgment Day or something like that, then they got to make some makeshift teams like this until people get established. You know what I'm saying? That's my feeling.
Well, you're right. It's a slow burn with well, I don't want to say slow burn, but it's a slow start with Royce Keys. They're trying to get him established. They're trying to get his skills sharpened. Um, I don't think Solo's going to turn on Knight and Keys. Um, Eventually, he may have to fall in line with the bloodline because
Got to.
now, yeah, the elders kind of told Roman, you got to get Solo, you got to get the family back together, and then they sent what's his name, uh, Jacob Fatu over to SmackDown to get to talk to Solo, but Solo didn't want anything to do with him, and so now him and Solo, I think it's going to be somewhat of a one-on-one feud between him and Jacob to kind of get him to kind of change his mind. I don't think, but Solo's going to be resistant in the beginning, but sooner or later he's going to, his heart is going to be softened. He's going to be forced into
Kind of
to
like
falling.
Jacob. Kind,
Yeah,
kind of the same way they did Jacob. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But with Jacob, in Jacob's case, he ended up losing to Roman in the tribal combat match on Raw, and so he had to fall in line. He had to do it.
I think it's
But
gonna be something like that. I mean, not necessarily a tribal combat because they're not fighting over who gonna be the chief or whatever, but some match that's similar to that, to where Solo got to agree that if he lose, then he got to join the tribe because if you remember, that's the same way Roman did Jimmy too. I mean, that's the same way he did Jay too. If you remember
oh
Jay
yeah,
didn't want to
Jay.
join the bloodline. Yeah.
Well, Jay didn't want to join the blood. He didn't want to fall in line with Reigns, and as a result, him and Jay ended up in two matches. It was one was there was nothing in up at stake except for maybe the Universal title. Of course, Jay lost, and but the Hell in a Cell match, because Jay didn't want to. He still didn't want to fall in line with Roman and his plan. So Roman ended up putting him in the Hell in a Cell, or granting him the Hell in a Cell match, the I Quit match. And of course, Jay ended up, he didn't quit. Well, he didn't quit at first, but Jimmy, who was injured back
Jimmy,
then,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
he almost threw in the towel, and then Jimmy ended up quitting on Jay's behalf. And so, and then that's what ended up causing Roman to win the match. And then the following week, Roman ended up, saying, I told you that you were going to quit. So it's time for you to fall in line. And so he was forced into doing it. But I think that's probably what's going to happen to Solo. I'm not sure.
Me too. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen eventually. So what do you think about the EO versus Liv Morgan match? And what do you think about um, uh, um, the champion, the women's champion, not defending her title, Liv Morgan?
Yeah, she not defending her title.
No, she hasn't defended her title since she beat Stephanie Vaquer at
Oh, we talking about
WrestleMania.
period. Oh, we talking about period. Okay.
Yeah, period.
Shout
She's
out to the chat. I see it's Aya in the chat. It's Aya. The link is in the chat. If you want to hit the link and join the panel, you can. Anybody else that's in the chat as well, the link is in the chat. This is an open panel. Yeah, I'm kind of like you, man. Well, really, this is why, bro. I really don't know how damaged she was when she went head to head with Roxanne Perez that day, and maybe the reason why she haven't really been doing a lot of fighting and defending the championship was to kind of let whatever effects of that maybe die down. That's just my opinion. But if it wasn't for that, then I'm with you, bro. I don't see why. Like, I don't even see why she was even in the Queen of the Ring, which they made it make sense. If she wins, then she don't have to fight nobody in A, B, and C. But I don't even see why they even put her in the Queen of the Ring, since she already had the title, and the people in the tournament is supposed to fight the person that got the title. So I'm like you, man. She could have had some title defenses in between that time, and since they didn't do it, maybe they got AI writing their stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that either. But there were a lot of rumors concerning Stephanie Vaquer coming back, either at SummerSlam or before then. Well, of course, obviously she hadn't been back yet, and I was really counting on that because I don't care what anybody says. Stephanie Vaquer, she's a killer, and when she
Yeah,
comes
I
back,
know that's your girl. I know that's your. Hold up, not to cut you off, because somebody gonna argue with you on that. In
yeah,
the building, in the building with me and the comic book writer himself, we got It's Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, man. How you
Y'all
feeling tonight, baby
ready?
girl?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I saw y'all was talking, so I had to pop in and see what's going on.
Man, we appreciate you. Well, you know how you go over here. Don't be ashamed and put yourself in any part of the conversation that we are into right now. We was talking about Liv Morgan and why she haven't defended her title, but your boy David had to bring up Stephanie, man. So Stephanie, David,
Well,
finished what you were saying about Stephanie, and Aya,
Well,
jump right in. Go ahead, David.
well, I think Stephanie. Of course, we all know Stephanie got hurt. Even though she was already hurt before, the Judgment Day jumped her in the hallway, but she is out with a shoulder injury, and rumors have been stating that she'll be back at SummerSlam, but I don't think so. She may or may not, but I think Io is going to beat her anyway, regardless. As far as the match goes, I'm looking forward to it. As you know, Asuka ended up passing her the torch, and went going back to Japan, and then of course, um, the other girl, what's her name? The Pirate Princess. She ended up going
Yeah.
back. She got released. Um, so that's Kyrie Sane. Thank you. Kyrie Sane ended up getting released earlier in the year. I think it was earlier last year, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm looking
No, it
forward
was
to it.
this
I'm
year.
looking forward to SummerSlam. Period.
Do you think that Stephanie gonna interfere?
Um, like it may or may happen because I think EO is not 100%. She got a knee injury now. As a result of getting
Oh, I didn't know
jumped.
that.
Yeah, she well, it's kayfabed, but she's got a knee injury. They're playing with that storyline with her knee injury because she got jumped like 3 weeks in a row by the Judgment Day, Raquel, Roxanne, and tell me something. Why did they jump the idea of Raquel and Roxanne turning on Liv Morgan? They just dropped the
I,
idea.
it seemed like with the Judgment Day, they've been teasing that for a while. I mean, for me, it's still mind blowing to know that they've been together for like 2, 3, 4 years, bro. But I don't think the
Since
idea is
Edge.
dropped. You see what I'm saying? Right. Because if we talk about the first ever installment of them, right. But I think that storyline is still alive, bro. I think that I think that's probably why she's gonna lose the belt to Io Sky because she have another storyline to go into. She can lose the belt and be all mad with the Judgment Day, like she doing now, not caring about what they matches are. It's all about her match. And then once she
Mhm.
lose the belt, she can be more outright to the point to where they do turn on her once she do get her rematch, and then she lose the rematch because of them. And then Liv can go after title picture and carry that storyline out.
It could happen
But I
that way.
don't. But I don't. But I don't know where that will leave Io though.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. If that were to happen, then where does that leave EO? Because EO has to be um, pertinent to the storyline in some fashion. But I think that even if Stephanie were to interfere or were not to interfere, it really doesn't make a difference because I think EO is going to actually win it. But it's going to be a hard uphill climb because she's hurt, according to the storyline, and then they then jumped her, and then there's a strong possibility of outside interference from Raquel
Because
and
she do
Roxanne.
get a rematch, right? Stephanie get a rematch, right?
Well, yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
if EO wins, then she'll end up wrestling EO.
I thought okay, so that's probably what's gonna happen right there. She that's Liv gonna lose. She gonna her storyline with the Judgment Day breaking up is gonna take place, and then Io can go fight Stephanie.
But
I
you know
don't think
what?
so.
Okay,
Go ahead, Ali.
but you know what? I think it may makes a little bit of sense, even though I don't want it to happen. But it may make a little bit of sense for Liv to beat EO, so Stephanie can come back and continue her
Yeah,
feud with
Yeah,
Liv.
that's all I said. I don't think the whole Raquel and Roxanne turning on Liv is gone at all. I think it's kind of like a slow burning, concerning the fact that there's so much going on right now with so many factions that if they do it, it's gonna get kind of overlooked. Even though we're looking forward to it, I think it'll get overlooked if they do it right now. And for EO, I think EO's storyline is gonna end up going. for her versus Rhea. That's what I think it's going to be. At first, I thought.
Yeah, we did
At
talk
first, I
about
thought
that.
that Io was going to enter the tournament to be the intern, for the championship, and then face Rhea. So I thought it was going to happen, but considering the fact that they found a champion a little too early, before SummerSlam situation. So I think it's all going to end with Io being versus Rhea for the belt. That's why I think Io's going to go.
But hold on,
And so
Aya, what you think about this? Hold on, Aya, what you think about this though? Rhea Ripley storyline seems to be what's going on with Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill, and the ladder match. Io not even a part of that.
I know that's what I'm saying. Yeah, because it can end up with it being Io versus Rhea, or it can end up being Io going over to for Survivor Series is coming up in November, so it could be like kind of like an Io helping Rhea out situation. I think that Io end up where Rhea is at, no matter what happens. That's where I think she's gonna end up with. Whether it's a current situation, I don't know. That's what I see it. It might not be the ending of it, but like she gonna go over there right after SummerSlam. That's where I think she's gonna go because SummerSlam coming up. I mean, not SummerSlam, Survivor Series coming up. So that's where I think she's gonna be headed.
Well, I think if they go with that scenario, I don't know. I would, because it doesn't really, not unless they just build a storyline after she. If she loses to Liv, then she may go back to SmackDown and wrestle Rhea but she's got to get the belt back because she's hurt. And but I don't really know if I want that to happen because they're friends. And then I don't know. I mean, I want her to stay on Raw so she can build her own legacy because, as you know, Asuka passed her the torch, and so now she's got to be the new Asuka. And I don't know. I'm kind of like.
Of course, I get what I'm just saying for the time being because some Survivor Series isn't anything that's coming up. So like Io can go do her own thing eventually, but I'm saying the whole situation of Rhea getting jumped by Jade and them or Fatal Influence or anybody, she always getting jumped.
Fatal Influence.
Yeah, whatever their name is.
No, I'm saying yeah.
Oh yeah, this Charlotte and Alexa thing with them helping Rhea not gonna last long whatsoever. Either they're gonna split up or eventually go their own way. So for the whole Survivor Series, Rhea gonna need somebody on her team because Jaden not gonna stop jumping her until she lose a belt. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Io might end up parting ways with Rhea to find her own space. Like you said, she got the torch passed to her by Asuka, so she'll end up finding her own individuality. But I think for the time being, so considering the fact that after Money in the Bank Survivor Series and everything is coming up, I think that's what Io gonna be going.
Hold on, wait now.
I don't want her to we don't want her to disappear, so she need to do something.
No, but hold up. I think you go not that you're wrong. I think you go a little too far. We ain't even got past SummerSlam yet, but you bringing up Survivor Series.
I thought that was it.
No, I'm saying now you got my mind running. Now you got my mind running because you know how we talk about stuff too. Okay, who gonna be the teams in the Survivor Series challenge and all this and that. I don't want to go that far yet because now you gotta be going over. I ain't not that you're wrong.
Liv's gonna win. I don't know why.
Okay, so you got Liv. I got Io.
That's my girl.
I got Io.
Liv's gonna win.
I know.
Liv's gonna win.
Okay.
So, Io trying to help her out.
It's how you think Liv gonna win at SummerSlam. I say Io. Who you got, David?
It's a strong possibility Io may win because somebody may come out and help her out, either Stephanie or somebody else. But I think Io. Yeah, I think Danhausen or whoever, because Danhausen.
No, Danhausen got to fight Dominic Mysterio.
Danhausen has a feud with the whole Judgment Day because they.
That's what I'm saying because Liv cursed too, so.
Oh yeah, y'all right. Y'all right. Y'all all right. Yeah, because Danhausen do got the human monies and what went down on Raw last night. Yeah, Liv Morgan was a part of that. So okay.
And then on top of that, he owes them hundreds of thousands of dollars because Dominic Mysterio and that other fool JD McDonough,
Poor JD.
No, y'all ain't been because David, you ain't been watching my community wall on YouTube, man. # justice for JD, man. They did JD wrong last night, bro. They did him wrong, bro.
Yeah.
With overfilming, bro, the way they did him with overfilming last night, bro. Now he did throw the briefcase, and the briefcase
He didn't
did
mean
hit
it.
Oba Femi. But Oba walked up and said, "Who briefcase is this?" It is Danhausen briefcase, bro. It wasn't JD briefcase, man.
Well, he gave it to. They stole the briefcase. They stole it because they thought the money was inside of it, and so they got to arguing in the hallway with Pierce, and then JD ended up throwing the briefcase over his head, and then of course here comes Oba, and then Oba says, "I should kill you for this," and then Danhausen kind of blamed it all on Mysterio and JD. So at first he was going to end up putting the both of them in the ring with Oba, and then Oba said, "Well, I want to fight JD," and so Pierce forced JD into the ring, and of course Dominic ran into the ring with him, and then it was
He didn't
on
run
from
into
there.
the ring with him. Nah,
Yeah.
Danhausen
Go ahead, Aya.
and
What
John
happened?
Henry pushed him in there. They didn't want to fight at all. They was innocent
Yep,
by
that's
themselves.
what
Yeah, that's
happened.
what I'm saying.
They
They
did not
didn't
want
want
to
to
fight
fight
at
at all.
all. Danhausen and them, that's their fault. They did them wrong.
Yeah.
The judgment they be going through it because of them. They did not
Yeah, because
deserve that at all.
Pierce forced him into it. Pierce said, "Well, you're going to
Like,
wrestle him," and so they didn't want to do it. So here comes Danhausen throwing him, throwing him in the ring.
Well, no, it was actually Pierce made JD fight Oba. Dominic had to fight Joe Hendry. You know what I'm saying? But of course, Dominic came out with JD and Joe Hendry, and Danhausen ended up pushing them into the ring with him. Now I didn't even think about that, but you're right. I'm glad you brought that up. I was saying justice for JD. Now I need to say justice for Dominic because Dominic wasn't even in the match. Justice for Dominic.
Who cares about dummy
the whole Judgment Day going through it? Like, they did
Mysterio?
wrong. Not too much on Dum Dum.
Punk
Not too much on
Mysterio
him.
got what he deserved.
No, he did not. He didn't deserve that.
Punk Mysterio is a coward, just like the rest of the Judgment. They always got to jump somebody from behind.
He came to get his money and leave. That is it. He wanted to get his money and leave. But then has him on pull all these tricks, and then Joe Hendry coming out for nowhere. Nobody called on him. Then nobody called on him. Go somewhere.
But if you say his name, he appear.
But we didn't say his name. So
no, they did not. You're right. I ain't gonna lie. You're right. It's nobody didn't say his name. I can't lie to you.
So why are you here? Why are you here?
He works there.
He do work. You're right, Dave. He do work there.
Complaint to Adam Peterson because this is disrespectful. This is just first it was Jessica, and then now all these other wrestlers and stuff. It's too much going on. You know what I'm saying? It's a crooked system. That's all I'm saying. They against the Judgment Day for real. They don't deserve this. They do.
All right,
like it wasn't justice when they jumped poor Stephanie in the middle of the for no reason.
We ain't talking about Stephanie. Stephanie not here right now. We'll talk about her when she comes back.
Then on top of that, they ended up jumping. Well, they didn't jump Joe Hendry. They ended up jumping poor EO for no reason.
No, EO did her thing. EO came out there and put Liv on her back heels.
Exactly.
She fought back for a while, and then here comes Raquel and two underachievers, Raquel and Roxanne.
Two underachievers.
It's crazy.
Okay, hold up. Let's do a segue, y'all. I think we spent enough time on Liv Morgan and EO. Aya got Liv. Me and you, David, got EO. Since Oba was inside of this segment, let's go to the Oba and Brock match. Now let's go a little far back. Of course, y'all watched the channel. Of course, I wasn't pissed off, but I did think that they made Oba look stupid. Don't get me wrong. I understand it. They made it make sense. Don't get me wrong. They made it make sense. I think it was dumb for WWE to let Oba win the King of the Ring and then go and not fight the champion, but go fight somebody in his feud when Oba didn't even have to be a part of the King of the Ring at all. And watch this. Seth ended up being the person to get the title match at SummerSlam. So since Seth was also in the King of the Ring, they could have just let Seth win the King of the Ring and still fight Roman. Why put Oba through all this? But go ahead. Whoever want to go first, how y'all feel about that?
I think it makes sense, what you said anyway. I think that they should have just kept Oba out of the King of the Ring and just had Seth win it. So, because Seth is facing the champion anyway. So,
hold up, real quick. Hold up, y'all. Give me a chance. Shout out to the brother Deitrich Davis from the NWWO. Man, bro, I am so lit that you in my chat right now. He said, let me put it on the screen. He said, I wouldn't. They're gonna put over in the second match at night two and somehow enter him into the world title picture. What he meant wonder. He put the hashtag. He said, I wonder if they're gonna put over in the second match at night two and somehow enter him into the world title match. He's talking about Oba. If y'all don't know who Deitrich Davis is, man, this is the brother that's on YouTube. He came out of nowhere, man. I ain't gonna lie. He took the IWC by storm, bro. Deitrich Davis, you can hit the panel too if you want to, bro. I got the link in the chat. Deitrich Davis, he's a dude on YouTube, man. Like I said, that took over the IWC by storm. The way that he put stuff together, the way that he talked, the way that he made his conclusions and all that stuff, man, the dude is definitely one of a kind. I've been in his chat since I first recognized that his channel existed. And the reason why I stay, for the most part, he has this kind of conscious community talk. Y'all know I follow Sarnetta. I follow those people over there. I've debated a lot of those people. And when I listen to him, not only do we cling because we wrestling fans, but he's also a person who's inside of religion as well. And me being a person that's a wrestling fan, and I'm also inside of religion, but from the Christian side, I vibe with this dude, bro. Like, I really do. And I appreciate you, Deitrich Davis, for giving me a shout out. Since you said my name on your channel, bro, I done got a few subs from you, man. I really appreciate you, bro. Reach out to me. We definitely can do something in the future when it not only on this wrestling stuff, bro, but definitely with this, the black man is God and the white man this and my Christian turn the other cheek, forgive everybody, bro. We can definitely do something, man. I appreciate you for being in my chat. Man. All right, y'all, let's get back to it, man. Shout out to the big homie. Deitrich Davis is in the building, man. All right, Obafemi. Go ahead, David. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off, bro. If you don't know who Deitrich David is, bro, hey, man, I would advise you to go look the brother up. He said, I'll jump on your panel real quick. Give me 2 minutes. All right, bro. We definitely going to be on more than 2 minutes. Go ahead, David.
But as far as the whole scenario with Oba and Brock, I think Paul Heyman and Brock are a little intimidated because they don't know what to expect inside the Hell in a Cell match. Now, they already had 2 matches together. The match at WrestleMania and then the match at Backlash. Obviously, he lost the second encounter. But these matches were under different circumstances. But this match that they're going to have at WrestleMania, at SummerSlam in about a week, is no holds barred, is Hell in a Cell. And I don't think they know. I don't think Brock clearly understands what he's in for because, of course, he's been in the ring, Hell in a Cell matches with Taker. He's been in steel cage matches with Triple H. He's been in a no holds barred match with Triple H. He's been in a no holds barred match with John Cena. He's been in a couple of no holds barred matches with Orton, but he hasn't been in one with Oba, and he doesn't quite know what to expect because Oba is a different animal. He's got this intensity. He's got this aura that him and Heyman haven't really seen before. And they're wondering, what the heck am I going to be in for in this match, inside a Hell in a Cell match with this guy who's about my size, who's got my will to hurt people? What am I going to what should I expect in this kind of scenario? And I don't know if anybody saw the look in Brock's in Oba's eyes when he was being interviewed by Byron Saxton. It kind of scared me.
Yeah.
Like, this guy he's going to hurt somebody. And I don't think, like I said,
ruler.
Yeah, I am the ruler, Oba Femi. And again, I hate, for the sake of repeating myself, I just don't think Paul Heyman and Brock are really, really understanding the significance of what they're about to encounter. I just don't. That's just my take on it. What's your take on it?
Me or Aya?
Mm-hmm. Aya.
Me? Or Aya? Aya, what's your take on it?
The whole open Brock situation.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I feel like Oba's kind of an underdog, but not at the same time. I feel like we very much so think he's capable of beating Brock because he's done it before, of course. So we very much so. I think it's gonna be just very interesting. It's Hell in a Cell matches, because Brock has never been beat never been beat in the Hell in a Cell match before. So that's kind of his thing.
Fair.
But
Yeah.
Brock also has a streak of losing at SummerSlam too. So it's kind of like a iffy situation. But with the whole Oba situation, like you said, we had that interview by Byron, all that. Like you can tell, like
Byron.
but that's what I said, Byron. Him, you can tell like Oba, like I don't know, it kind of like a flip or switch type of situation. Like he be serious all the time, but I don't know, it's a different type. Like I want to put my hands on him like for real. And considering the fact that he really can't do that right now, at all, or the whole restraining order situation and Paul Heyman, all that. I don't know. I kind of like Oba kind of flip a switch, and it's kind of like not that we didn't take him serious before, but I don't know how to say it, but I don't know. It's like he kind of flipped the switch. And it's like I don't know, Brock's not really ready for that side of him, And then I don't know, for me with the whole Brock like sneaking him from behind or stuff like that. I don't know. It kind of belittles Brock to me a little bit because Brock is Brock. Like you don't need to do all that. You know what I'm saying? I guess I hope fun of game situation, but like. If you think of Brock, you don't think of him sneaking somebody or hiding and coming in. You don't think of that at all. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Not that it diminishes his character at all, but it's kind of like what's going on, what you doing, So I don't know. But I'm excited for this match. It's gonna be really good. Very, very good. I just wonder about who's gonna like interfere, all that good stuff, because the Vision have its own thing going on, but Paul is Paul, so ain't no really telling. But then we also have the thoughts of Brock about to retire, and it might be his last match. But at the same time, he said that last time, so we don't really know if it's the truth or not, because ain't no telling with him. He leave, come back. So I don't know, but I'm excited for this match. This match is gonna be lit, very lit. I'm so excited. But I'm of course going for Oba. That's my boy. So yeah, turn up.
Let's go. Well, hey man, we got the NWWO leader and founder himself. He don't have a finger that he want us to throw up, but if he did, we would throw it up for him right now, man. The brother Deitrich Davis is in the building, man. Shout out to you, big homie. What's good?
Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. That's the most.
Yes, sir. We can hear you loud and clear, bro.
Yeah. I support everyone, but this SummerSlam conversation, I just wanted to jump in for a little bit. I've been listening the whole time. Bro,
time. I appreciate it, man.
I got a funny feeling Obafemi doesn't win. I got a funny feeling. I'm looking at it from the way H looks. Now, this is not from a racist perspective. This is not from a color thing. The formula that Triple H goes on is kind of the precursor of the old McMahon formula. You lose, and then out of left field, you get a win. Triple H wants to create a shocker and a surprise. So if Obafemi wins, he doesn't go into night 2 with that title. He doesn't go into night 2 enjoying Seth and Roman. I got a funny feeling if he loses, if that match is on night 1 and he loses, he shows up at night 2 to honor his King of the Ring championship. A win and honor the title fight. I got a funny feeling that's what's going to happen because Triple H needs to send everybody home with a shock factor, and there's no shock factor to this whole event at all. I don't know if you guys feel that it's a good event, but this event is already dead on arrival.
Okay.
I don't know.
Hold up, David. Let me say this real quick. I know y'all got to speak on it real quick. Let me speak on it since the brother Deitrich came in and gave his opinion on it too. I stick with what I said when the Brock and Oba thing first started happening. I got this recorded. Oba going over. Oba is the new Brock. Brock is on his way out. Brock not forced out. Brock is going out on his own hat. right?
Oh, I agree. And also,
So
Brock has 2 more years left on his contract. He can sit that home.
right, yeah, see, right, definitely, right, and he can do it just because he Brock. He don't got to be injured or none of that. He can just because he Brock. So I think that because notice when Oba did Brock the way he did him with the pop-up power bomb and all that, knowing what we know now, Brock allowed that to happen because we know ain't nothing finna happen if Brock don't agree to it. I think that Brock agrees that Oba is the person that's finna take his position, and why not?
I agree. I agree with that too. But what if the greater picture is Brock versus Oba for the world title later on?
Now that's possible. That's
That's
possible.
why I feel as if Brock's never lost in the Hell in a Cell.
That's true. I just said that. Yeah.
He never lost in the Hell in a Cell. So one thing we have to remember.
But hold on, Deitrich. Taker never lost that Mania, and Brock beat him. So why not let Oba?
Yeah. Agreed. But it's not something. You notice that's not something they're selling as a part of this match.
That's true. That's right. That's true.
So, and I would have thought they would have done that. But and I know this is not a popular opinion, but I have put for the last year and a half, not because I know people who work in WWE, not because I hired half of them when I was at Paramount Studios. I just understand the nature of that company. And you got to remember, I turned down working for them twice. And I put those contracts on the
I know your story. I know your story. You was the one that brought up Silver Lake, Sami Zayn, Saudi Arabia. I was done.
I was ahead of the curve on everything. But I know the nature of that company because I know the nature of that people. And I'm not saying my answer is the end or be all. But
of course,
Triple H is saving. He knows, even though he doesn't believe in Oba Femi, the undeniability is of Oba Femi. And don't be shocked if you see Paul Heyman managing Oba Femi.
What do you think about the rumor that's out there? Follow is Aya on TikTok. She also checks Inside News and all that stuff too. What about the rumor that is Aya brought to me that's saying that they finna replace Triple H with Paul Heyman?
No. Triple H has a brand new 10-year deal with Silver Lake. If you guys know the story, I broke the story. I was the only person who broke the story.
I know because of you.
Once Silver Lake bought TKO, which the process went down 30 days after the TKO merger, which people don't even know that's the ownership. TKO they have made sure that Triple H is in position for the next 10 years. What Paul Heyman is trying to do is fight for a viability of creating a new position called the chief. If Triple H is chief content owner, he wants the operator, chief content officer. He wants to be the chief creative officer. So what he's trying to do is create a secondary position for himself within within TKO, because Paul Heyman has a giant film company he's trying to get off the ground. So in order for him to solidify the millions that him and his business partner had spent, he could become the eternal creative system for WWE, shelling in millions from Silver Lake. Right. So he's pulling a very smart move. Triple H's position is locked in for the next 10 years. The question is, does he make it out the next 5 years? But again, they all know, and this is what I understand, from what I understand from the horse's mouth, Triple H has made it very well known, or not very well known. He has put in position that those guys don't understand the WWE. So as long as TKO and Silver Lake, because we have to mention their name, don't understand how the formula of WWE works, and as long as Triple H keeps it in play, his position will probably be locked down for another 20 years. So that 10-year deal he just signed, that's ironclad. That's finite. So I can see what Paul Heyman is trying to do is position himself for a secondary position so he could begin to counteract. And it's all to get the film studio that he has up off the ground. And I've seen it. The offices are here in New York. I've been there. So I know the power play he's playing. I know the power play, but they can't move Triple H out the way right now because no one else wants that job. Not even Paul Heyman. But he wants the counter job. Not to overtalk. Sorry for being.
No. Deitrich, ain't no apologies, bro. You are 100% fine. Once you get to know me, I talk more than anybody. No, you're 100% good. I want to say this to give Isaiah and David a chance to respond to what you said, and this is what I mean by that. I vouch for Deitrich, but Deitrich, like he said, he's not saying every single thing that he say. Just take that and go to DraftKings and bet your money on it. You hear me? He do have inside plugs. He do talk to people that I don't talk to. Nobody on my panel talk to, and we're just giving our speculation based off of what we see on screen and what we think is happening backstage. He has actually been backstage, like y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, and he's just giving his input based off the world that he's been in too. So it's Aya or David, based off of what he just said. When it comes down to Triple H not being the person, Paul Heyman not being the person to take over for Triple H, at least right now, because of the ironclad deals that Triple H have with people like Silver Lake. And I know that I told y'all about Silver Lake, David, you and Isaiah. I didn't know nothing about Silver Lake. I got the Silver Lake stuff from this brother right here, because he I'm not saying he's batting, a 3-0, but he ain't been wrong 99% of the time. You see what I'm saying? So now, since y'all heard it from the horse's mouth that I got it from, and I know y'all trust me to a certain extent too, what do y'all think about what the brother Deitrich Davis just said? And it's I want to hear your response to this. What do you think about what he just said compared to the rumors that you and I have only heard about Paul Heyman not being the one to take over the company?
Okay, well, I agree with most of what he said. I never said that Paul Heyman will take over for Triple H. That's the wrong person. I was talking about Nick. I never said Triple H. Triple H is there to stay because, like I said, TK don't know what they're doing. They're going based off of money. That's all they know is money. Trying to sell tickets, all that good stuff. Triple H he been a wrestler. He knows the game. He been there for years. So I already knew he was safe where he was at. Because he the only one who know the game, know the actual wrestlers, the whole situation. So I never said that Paul was going to replace him. I said he might help him, considering the fact that Paul is who he is. So of course they're gonna need him not going anywhere. I said that if Paul was to not remain on camera, that he'll be backstage helping Triple, because he's not gonna go anywhere. He's gonna be backstage and not being shown all the time. But so the fact that he was replacing Triple H, I never said that. I just say he might help him assist him. But
okay, well, my bad. Not meaning to misrepresent you, yeah, because
you're fine. No, you're fine. Yeah, no, but everything he said, I totally agree with. I didn't know about the in detail of it all, the contracts and all that, but I pretty much figured that Triple wasn't even going anywhere because he's the only one who knows about wrestling. Like I said, TKO is just numbers. They don't know nothing else but numbers. They just want to get their money and call it a day. So, yeah,
I'm not mad. I wouldn't be mad at Silver Lake and all that for putting. You know how I feel about Paul, bro. Paul is next to Jim Cornette. To me, I wouldn't think that they would be wrong to even put Paul in that position. Because don't get me wrong, Triple H know everything. He do know a lot. Paul know more than him. So if they wanted to replace him with Paul, I wouldn't be against that. I'm just saying. But I ain't against it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying that. That's why I said I think that Paul and Triple H should be a good team. They'll be good to work together because with the creative differences and all their thoughts about stuff like that, they'd be good together. But as Triple H being replaced, I don't think that's a such thing because it's Triple H. So but I do think that Paul Heyman would be a good asset to have to help him if Paul don't want to remain on camera anymore.
Yeah. That's your girl. It's Aya. And I told y'all, go follow her on TikTok, man. She be breaking news and all. David, what's your response to the brother Deitrich Davis saying that, man, I ain't know, at least not right now. We're not saying in the future, but he got inside information that Triple H has signed these certain deals. So ain't no way Paul Heyman finna take Triple H spot unless Triple H go up. You know what I'm saying? He's not finna replace him and he's just out of there. Go ahead, Dave.
Well, that makes sense. I think that Paul Heyman has more experience than Triple H as far as the management portion of it, the business portion of it, because he's been in the business for 40 years. So I'm with Aya on the fact that he may, if if Brock retires and he decides, well, you know what, I don't want to be in the camera. I don't want to be behind. I don't want to be in the camera anymore. I just want to be behind the scenes. Then he could be a great asset to Triple H as far as the creative aspects of it, because I think as far as you know, the creative aspects of the whole WWE and the wrestling business. I think him and Jim Cornette are kind of like on the same wavelength. So I think Paul Heyman, if he were to even become the head writer, imagine what the WWE would look like, or
Yeah, for real.
what it would be like as opposed to what it's like now.
Yeah.
And him, you know, reporting to Triple H, here's what I got, you know, here's what I've come up with, here are my ideas, here are my scenarios, here, what do you think, Triple H or Paul? What do you think? Well, I think we can do this, A, B, C, D, you know, delete F, you know, or E. So yeah, I think that that's a viable point. Now, there's something that he also said that kind of piqued my attention. You know, Paul Heyman, if Brock were to lose, which there's a strong possibility, I don't think he's going to win Hell in a Cell because, number one, we've already discussed his retirement. Number two, you know, Oba is too over. It kind of wouldn't make a lot of sense for him to for Oba to be over the moon with his popularity, and then all of a sudden Triple H says, you know what, screw that, and take the carpet out from underneath all the wrestling fans' feet and have him lose inside Hell in a Cell. So I think that he's going to lose only because, for the simple fact of the matter is, he, you know, Oba is over with the fans 10 times over. You know, they even down to the strut, you know, him going down to the aisle and all the fans just see it. You know, they're strutting along with Oba. So I was just like, my God, this guy's over, even over, more over than Goldberg was. So, yeah, it's going to be something. I'm pumped up for it. And then on top of everything else, I think after Brock loses, he's going to end up, he may end up managing Obafemi, and Obafemi, if he ends up managing Obafemi, talking about Paul Heyman, then the volume is going to be turned all the way up.
Okay, well, let me say this, David. I'm gonna stick with my original prediction. Everybody thought it was gonna be a one and done, Brock versus Oba. I said Oba gonna win the first. He won first. Brock win the second. Now I said WWE, it would be stupid not to at least get two matches out of these two people. Now, of course, we're getting three because we got to have the rubber match. So we're having the rubber match. I think Oba go over overall. Deitrich Davis, based off of every response that you've heard us respond to your response, respond to that, bro.
Honestly, Oba loses. Triple H is going. Oba loses. That I'm going off for the mental formula of that company. Oba loses. If Oba is night one, he's going to lose. If Oba is night two, he's going to win. It's all about
hold up. If I can pause you just real quick. I know y'all probably haven't watched a lot of. I'm talking about you, David, and you. I know y'all probably haven't watched a lot of his content. If y'all go and watch his content, it's not a series, but he have videos about Triple H that's about stuff that's not on camera, just backstage stuff that you can verify.
Yeah,
so when
he's saying this, has ended up on Unreal. You know what I'm saying? And
it has 100% ended up on the real, bro.
Yeah, and half of the stuff I said has. I understand the business.
Yes,
I understand. Triple H is counting, and this is me responding to all of you guys, which I think you guys hit a lot of valid points. But Triple H knows he has to create a shocker. Just like the Obafemi, he replays the same card. Think about Naomi when she cashed in for that World Heavyweight Championship. He plays that same card very strongly. Triple H is not a new thinker. He's a creature of habit. Most people like myself and them who are bodybuilders or fitness people, there's a unique creature of habit to the rotation. He's not programmed to create new. He's programmed to create the same again. So I would not be shocked because remember, think about it. Naomi lost earlier that night. And then at the beginning, and then what happened later on that night? She won the World Heavyweight Championship. So because he doesn't understand the culture, because he doesn't understand what the current wrestling fan wants, he's going to think, I threw them off and I'm going to give them a surprise. That's why I say if he's on night one, Brock loses, but he shows up night two. I mean, Oba loses and he shows up night two. He
And
wants to
wins the
bring
title.
people down to bring people up. So when I mean people, I mean the audience. So he wants to pull that audience down. Like, oh man, he wants people to get upset. Because if he shows up night two and he's standing across from Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, and he likes to put together long-term movie stories. Think how the Click think and think how Vince McMahon thought. It's all a movie, which means the scene is the three of them standing in the middle of that ring, which will put Obafemi stock through the roof if he's standing across from Seth and Roman. Now, even if he loses that match, Obafemi walks into WrestleMania on the World Heavyweight Championship side. I guarantee, I'm willing to bet a whole year's salary on that. I guarantee you, if that goes down just like that, and Oba loses in a triple threat match, he is guaranteed the spot at WrestleMania, which means either he wins the title or he loses the title. Him and Brock are going for a fourth and last time at WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. You got to remember, one of the Saudi Arabia demands is Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
That's one
they
of
gonna
their
buy the whole company,
contract
right?
demands. No, they can't. Silver Lake doesn't sell anything. Silver Lake bought TikTok. Silver Lake owns Dell. Silver Lake owns 152 of the biggest companies in the world. Ain't no more purchasing. Once Silver Lake owns you, you're stuck for life. They haven't sold anything in 25 years. But the point I'm trying to make is they're going to shock people. They know the card is not good. I mean, you got Nick Aldis and Gunter. Okay, cool. The women's matches are almost non-existent. You got the world title match with the interim BS. That is what that is with that. They should have stripped. But again, this is Triple H's era, not McMahon, where he'll strip and just put a title on someone and get it over with. Oba is in a very unique position. If Oba loses, people will be down. People will be frustrated. But how would you guys all react if he walked out and all of a sudden that man is strutting to the ring night two against Seth and Rollins? How would you guys react to that?
I got a question for you.
Go ahead, David.
Even if he loses, of course, you know, you gave the scenario if he's on night one with Brock and the Hell in a Cell, then he's going to lose. But if he's on night two with Brock and the Hell in a Cell, he's going to win. Now, I don't know. You're right. Triple H is a creature of habit. You know, sort of kind of like McMahon, but at least McMahon had to change because he was forced into it. Otherwise, he'd go out of business. But all of that kind of changed after he bought WCW. But nonetheless, why? I guess my question would be to you is that you don't think that Obafemi, if he loses because this is a major match, the match of the entire, eclipses the whole card, this Hell in a Cell match. You know, nobody's really even talking about Seth Rollins going against Roman now.
That's why it works, because most people already let go of the King of the Ring win. They never said he wasn't getting the King of the Ring title shot. It's just been interrupted. Now, how they interrupted it wasn't the best way to do it. But when you're looking at the presentation, everybody forget about it. So if Obafemi comes out and he goes, "Did you forget that I am still the King of the Ring winner and champion?" and he walks out there, Jesus Christ, that arena goes fucking crazy.
But don't you think he'll lose his mystique if he were to lose for the second time against Brock?
Who cares? You want to know why? Who cares? Because even if he loses both nights in a row, Obafemi standing in front of Roman Reigns gives you WrestleMania 43 on the World Heavyweight Championship side. Obafemi standing in front of Seth Rollins gives you two new storylines. See, wins and losses don't really matter if the story is correct. Now we get him out of the Brock storyline and into it. What if Brock Lesnar is the world's heavyweight champion going into WrestleMania 43? They're going to get a fourth match out of it. That's the trick. That's going to be the new thing.
But the fans are going to be complaining about it because they can't.
Of course,
keep the fans.
and you let them complain. You let them stress. You let them break down. You let the fans talk, because that means when that match happens, only thing people want to see is Obafemi winning the World Heavyweight Championship.
That's true. That's true.
That's all they're going to want to see. See, now everything becomes cannon fodder. This is where we have to look at it. So what happens if Obafemi wins the Royal Rumble?
I think
There's
he
no
will.
one point. Right. So if you know that Royal Rumble win is penciled in, who cares if he loses to Brock?
Right. Well, yeah. Well, damn, bro. Now you're messing up my storyline, Deitrich, bro.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm here to present
but that makes sense.
perspective.
That makes sense.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, who cares if he loses? Because even if he walks, let's say we gave him a night 2 and Roman is closing the show with Seth, he stands and you guys mark my words, in this moment in time, if he stands in the ring in front of the two of them, the crowd goes crazy and you locked and stopped Obafemi. He can lose that match and say, now that I have gotten a taste of what the Roman Empire is, now I want the world title. Because now it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Now, you know what I'm saying? Now, what if Brock ends up the world heavyweight champion? What happens if it's Brock putting him over the right way at WrestleMania? It's been a while since we had. Yeah, you got to think.
Yeah, you're making sense. You're making sense. I'm saying you're going farther than where I'm going. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're running a $40 billion company, if you're running a $20 billion half of a company called WWE, how do you get to WrestleMania is always your question. How do we get to WrestleMania? This is the biggest
match. This is the biggest match in modern times.
Yeah, it's the only match that counts.
Yeah. Now, real talk. Only smart fans like you, David, we know about the 10-year history with Roman and the Shield, and Cody leaving and coming back. We know about that, but for the person who probably just tuned in, you're saying is though, for the person who just tuned in yesterday, they know about this Brock and Oba thing, and that is the biggest. Yeah.
It'll spin their emotions. It'll spin their emotions.
You're right.
My stock now take color out of it. Take race, take color, take this. Obafemi, as David said, is 100. I said your name correct, right?
Yes.
Right.
As David said, is 100% over. He can lose the next 5 matches. The man's entrance has aura. He's a great orator on the mic. So his entrance has aura. His microphone talk. The man can cut a promo. He don't really need a manager. So he's locked and
really
stopped.
Can. Yes.
So this is not
Brock can't talk. Yeah, Brock cannot talk.
Brock can't talk. You know what I'm saying? So Obafemi can carry any promo. He can carry against anyone. But the trick is you have to get him into 2 new storylines at the same time. So you have to tuck Brock away and then move him into the Roman and Seth. Let's not forget what Roman said at WrestleMania. And I'm going to be here through the summer. Let's see what he does through then. Don't forget that little piece of clip that they're going to use in a package later on. Don't forget how they clipping this up. And just like streamers farm and clip information, that line told you WrestleMania.
Yeah, they're already thinking ahead.
Yeah, that one line that he said at WrestleMania. He said, let's see, I'm going to be here through the summer. Let's see how he gets through it. Now, what if he walks into SummerSlam, loses the Brock and wins the world title? Who cares about his world title loss?
Right, that's true. Who cares? Yeah.
But when he
until Brock comes and challenges him again, and then like you said, that could be WrestleMania.
I could be 100. Let me say this. Take this with 1% grain of salt of what I'm saying. I'm not saying my word is law. What I'm saying is it's the nature of the company. Now, he can lose both nights. Let's say hypothetically that happens. He loses both fucking nights. He's still the biggest star in the company. because WWE has not built one star, and this is Triple H's first organic star. He has built nobody
still
else.
Got 15, and still got 15,
Not since
20
Stone
years
Cold.
No. This is Triple H's first star. You got to remember, Vince got Stone Steve. Or Vince has everything up until he got pushed out towards the end of Austin Theory.
Yes.
So Vince McMahon has built 20 stars.
Yeah.
He has built 20 legacies.
Commercial cereal boxes.
Hogan,
I'm talking about organically. Now, notice now, they got people in commercials who are not as big as Hulk Hogan was in his day. Stone Cold was in his day. John Cena is in our day. Out there, they own the insurance commercials, and so they are feeding what they think they want the global world to see. Is the reason why, again, when we saw Roman Reigns do what he did at Saturday Night Live with the basketball star, we ain't tripping on that. But watch this. I don't watch basketball. I don't give two shakes of a lamb's tail.
Hold on. Now, let me stop you for a second. That's very important. You want to know why?
It's business. It's business. No, I know why. Go ahead.
No. It's not just business. We keep forgetting about the casual audience. The casual audience are the water cooler talkers. The casual, when everybody talks ratings, right? You talk the Nielsen system, right? And I'm going to use this technicality. Everybody talked about ratings and millions of views and no one's watching. We now know 6 million people a week watch Monday Night Raw. We now know 358 million views in 1 year. That's 6 million views an episode. Something I predicted because I understand Netflix, right? So the eternal system. You remember, film and television is my background. So I understand that framework, right? So now when you're looking at Oba and he is celebrated in South Africa, he is celebrated in Europe, he is celebrated in China, celebrated in Africa. These are the people we're not seeing, right? And I'm gonna point out something you guys have not noticed. Have you noticed that Obafemi has not been in one marketing advertising commercial yet?
Not one.
No Slim Jim. No nothing. You want to know why? Because you got to wait for him to become that world champion to start putting that. The rocket ship is commercialization. Roman can do that because the casual fan, the average woman, finds Roman Reigns attractive.
Sexy. He's fine. He's cute.
Yeah, they're going to tune in to watch him. He's a good-looking man. No homo. They're going to tune in to watch him. They're going to tune in
just
to
being honest.
Identify him. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So he's there's an aura to him. He's also doing the job that Vince McMahon always created. Make sure that the outside wrestling world know we exist. That job and that responsibility is going to belong to Oba.
How fine was Hulk Hogan to women who thought like that in the he was the Roman of the day.
Let me tell you something. In California, he was the beach guy. Why you think he lied and said he was from Venice Beach? Because he had to create the surfer girl. You get what I'm saying? The surfer girl, the rock stars, the Metallica guys, the Guns N' Roses guys, the Motley Crue guys, and he played bass guitar. So there's
nothing new. And there's nothing new under the sun, right? And we get that from the Bible, right?
Right. So now when we spin it back to Oba, if a company is smart, you wait until you can crown your true first WrestleMania person, and you got something. See, Cody ain't Triple H's. Cody is Vince's.
Yeah. I like Cody, but you're right. I like Cody. We see it.
Yeah, this is different. So Triple H, even if he don't like Obafemi, which is the word, he still got to do business because the company got to make a market margin. And Obafemi versus Brock is big. Now, if you missed it, now here's the other part, and I'm sorry to be so long-winded on you guys' show.
No, do your thing.
If you missed Brock losing, and you don't tune in to night 2, which is smart programming, and you're at home and you do not turn into night 2, and you miss Brock Lesnar possibly coming out, if you miss night 1 and Brock Lesnar comes out at night 2, and he stands across from it, you'll be a fool for missing that event. What is that first people to do? Everybody shows up at Monday Night Raw to watch what happens.
Mm-hmm. Or
you get what I'm saying?
They tune in to watch the fallout.
Right. Now, let me bring another technicality into here. WWE doesn't care about views, they care about impressions, right? So I brought up Nielsen earlier in the conversation. The Nielsen rating system can't count. So only 40,000 homes determined in the history of Nielsen, 40 to 100,000 homes in the early 90s determined 352 million Americans. It was a Ponzi scheme. They finally learned it didn't work. You get over to Netflix, you know your new numbers. Now Netflix knows.
Hold on, wait, pause real quick. I looked into, I didn't know nothing about that stuff until I came across Deitrich Davis, and y'all know how recently I didn't came across him. And when he told me, they didn't switch the whole system down to a whole new metric. But listen to me, the metric that they're going off of is what Deitrich is explaining to y'all. They're not going off my podcast, your podcast, they're going off the metrics of what they put out there. And unless the numbers meet their metric, go ahead, David.
So now we don't have 40,000 homes telling us, oh, we assume 40,000 homes have our Nielsen set-top boxes, and we are now going to assume. The old ratings back in the day was an assumption. So once Netflix and all the streaming companies and HBO went to streaming, now we know all the real numbers. Now, they'll never make it public, but the next big thing WWE is going to look at is impressions. That means more than views to the world. So if you're in your car and you look at a bus and it has a sign, that's an impression. So if you wanted to advertise your show on a bus, they'll tell you for 15 miles, this advertising is going to be on the bus, and we know that 2 million people travel down our highway every day. Now, look at social media. How many impressions are they going to get and clicks they're going to get from Obafemi being on his back? That has more value and more money than even watching the show. Now, let's say he shows up night 2. How valuable is that social media post? They're counting on us to farm the system. Now you got billions of views again. Now you're looking at billions of impressions. What happens if you didn't tune in and you watch Obafemi win the championship? How many people go back and rewatch the program on ESPN?
Not a lot.
A lot. Millions.
I mean, a lot. I mean, my bad. A lot,
Yeah. Millions. So you got to understand, they're
because I'm going to watch it anyway. So.
Yeah, you're going to watch it, but think about the person who's going to be pissed off and not watch.
Right. Oh, no. A bigger point. Think about the casual fan or the person who tuned in just because of that. That's the bigger point. Yeah.
That's what they need.
Yeah.
Now you got yourself this big black champion. You got yourself a big black possibility, and everybody over farms. Just I'm not disagreeing with anything you and the young woman Aya said.
No, I don't think none of us disagree. No, bro, I don't think none of us disagree. I think we all gave our perspectives.
Yeah, and I agree with all your perspectives. I'm just saying, I always put my perspective is 1%, but my 1% has been 100% in the last year and a half since I overtook everyone. And it's not even me thinking about overtaking everyone. It's just giving factorial information. So
hey, it ain't bragging. Hey, it ain't bragging if it's true. You hear me? It ain't bragging if it's true, man.
It's this 1% that I feel based off of knowing the people that's in there, based off of, and I'm talking about people who work in the actual office.
Yeah, I know.
I only got 4 friends in the ring that I've known for.
Give me $100 million and I'll tell you my sources.
Oh yeah, give me $100,000. I'll tell you who told me. Right, that's my line. I'm dead serious with that.
I know you're serious.
I think, and I would have to give them half because they're gonna lose a job. But the point is, we're at this. Oba is the only match holding all of SummerSlam up. If you want to keep it real. Take that match off of SummerSlam and look at that card. It don't matter if you put both Intercontinental titles, both United States Championship. That's not a viable show.
Okay. Let me ask you this.
Just put your thumb over Brock and Oba, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Right. No. in doing that, because I've already acknowledged that all of us are smart fans, right? I heard Paul Heyman say some stuff on the Chris Van Vliet show.
Chris Van Vliet
and
show. Yeah.
I felt what Paul was saying too. You know, Paul was like, there are certain matches that we have in our back pocket. You know, we can do the Ober and Brock. We can do the Roman and Seth. We can do he named like 4 matches or whatever. And they wouldn't announce it.
I'm glad you brought that up. Imagine using Chris Van Vliet as the greatest advertising platform in the world in that moment. Because what Paul Heyman did was sell you SummerSlam. What he did was sold you possibility. And possibility is the baddest motherfucker in the room.
I think you hold on. Deitrich. I think you answered my question before I even asked it, because I was gonna ask you, you know, he did mention the Roman and Seth and all that, and he mentioned like, you know, they could be WrestleMania matches, or they could be Royal Rumble matches, or they could be SummerSlam matches.
Think about it.
Now, hold on, wait, hold on. I already told you were ahead of me, but let me ask you the question that I would have asked you after that, right? Paul Heyman letting it be known that the Roman and Seth stuff, this is WrestleMania worthy, you know, storyline. We've been telling this for 10 years. Why do you think that the Seth versus Roman match, that could be WrestleMania next year, the year after that, but for some reason it's happening at SummerSlam? Why you think?
You want to know why? It's dead.
Why?
It's dead. Seth and Roman is dead. We got the triple threat match with him and Punk. Then you got Punk and Seth. Then you got Punk and who at WrestleMania last year? Punk and Roman, right? You got that last year. That's dead. You already got Seth versus Punk. All of that is dead. You can't see. The problem is WrestleMania 43 has a $200 million price tag. You can't walk that into Saudi Arabia. That's the same reason why instead of getting CM Punk and Cody at WrestleMania 43, they got to move the whole WrestleMania card is the current SummerSlam card.
Okay.
Because Sami Zayn, whether you remember, the whole wrestling community,
you called it, bro.
Told me I was lying and I didn't know.
You called it, bro.
It's not about Sammy. It's about the Muslim culture, the Muslim religion. They put 400.
Now, David, hold up, real quick, real quick. Me and David, now, and all of us Christians, right? But me and David, we are hardcore Christians. What I mean by that, you told me you was gonna watch some videos on my channel. I debate, bro. I'm in the conscious community as a Christian. I debate, you know, different religions, beliefs, all that, bro. You came across now. Take that in my mind frame and then apply that to wrestling. So you know, my ears are more perked up than the average listener to your channel, bro. And when you call, you know, Sami Zayn gonna be the person who gonna get the belt for the Saudi Arabia, this and that.
I said,
bro, you was on point.
What time? I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen now. Sami Zayn wins Elimination Chamber, walks into WrestleMania, and Saudi Arabia gets their WrestleMania main event. You spend $200 million. You ain't gonna talk about what you need. You spend,
come on, bro.
You give someone $80 million for the Royal Rumble. Now we $280 million up, and then you get 4 dates for another $200 million a year. We $480 million in the hole. I need my Muslim champion. So because Sami Zayn, as I predicted a year and a half ago, will walk into WrestleMania 43, I also told everyone that this was going to be a test run. The JD from New York, the Solid Monsters, the Sean Ross Sapp. Everybody said I was wrong. Then that test run went down. Do not be shocked if Sami Zayn wins that title again, walks in the Crown Jewel, and wins the Crown Jewel Championship, which is where this year? Back in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
And then
95% Muslim.
Yeah. So then he drops the title again. Then Sami Zayn walks into WrestleMania 43. When you have a $450 million championship purchase, I'm sorry, all of WrestleMania 43 has to happen now. Now, you're going to have to, now Oba goes in there, and it's something I predicted also. WWE is about to become the most blackest, heaviest TV show on television because, not to sound racist, all of the white boys are done for.
They're gone.
All of the Samoans acting like
NFL, NBA, come on. Come on,
no,
now.
yeah. So what's gonna happen?
No, Deitrich, hold up, Deitrich, put it in this category, right? People can understand it too when you say it like this. Think about again the NFL, NBA. They all started out
No. You
and
can't think about
not
that.
trying
You
to
know
be
why?
racist. Yeah.
No. I don't look
So
at it like that.
look. WWE is doing the same thing, but on a global scale. Go ahead.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's not what they're
You
doing.
don't think so?
Nope,
Okay,
not
go
at
ahead.
all. I know the nature of that company. I know the nature of that company. So what we're looking at now, and me and Rico from WWE had this conversation, and the nature of this former WWE. So and the nature of that company is this is not about the color scheme. This is about the logo. You notice Sammy is not going after the world championship. He's going after the belt McMahon built.
Yeah.
No, that's number one. That logo is very important to companies. So if you're gonna crown that Muslim champion, I'm gonna ask you a very subconscious question. If Islam and the Muslim community is the largest religious community in the world, and Obafemi, who looks like the other half of the Muslim community, which are black, you can subconsciously still answer every dollar Saudi Arabia put up with just those two men. Right. And you won't even realize how much manipulation is going on. So it's
no. I would understand. I would understand it on the level that you just explained it. Again, they always try to make the WWE Universal Champion bigger than whatever the World Champion is. If you caught me live in my studio, you see I don't got a WWE Championship. I got a World Championship, and that same World Championship, I only wanted it because I seen Booker T hold it. That all gold belt from WC. That meant more.
Now check this out. They don't care who owns it.
I know. No. Overall, of course, yeah, they don't care.
Yeah. Your relationship to the title is meaningless. What that company wants is the bottom dollar. Imagine making.
Come on, bro. Yes.
Imagine making $450 million off of 7 nights. Imagine making
imagine them putting a person in the position who don't even have the same passion about wrestling that we have, and that's the person running the company for the wrestling side. So I know they don't care, bro.
I think Triple H has 100% passion for the company.
I'm not talking about I'm not talking about the wrestlers that are still into what the craft is. I'm talking about when it comes to how you say stuff like Silver Lake, the Saudis, all that. When they see it as a business,
as a former. I already said the company, and I have an NDA that they still pay me to be quiet for another 3 years. But as a former vice president,
don't get yourself in trouble on my channel, bro.
As a former vice president of a major corporation, and that has pumped out some of the biggest films in the world, those people do care. Their passion is the bottom line, and the passion is the return of investment. So some of them are passionate about the product because of the return of investment. Why do you think Vince McMahon went into the Saudi Arabia deal? I take him 2 nights and get $100 million. Let's do it, pal. 4 nights, $200 million. That's $50 million a night. Now you're getting $100 million a night for WrestleMania for 2 nights in a row. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's major. That's platforming on another level. So when you go in there, and you go into it, Obafemi and Sami Zayn are your 2 men walking into WrestleMania.
What about Roman?
Who cares about Roman? Who cares about Roman?
What about Punk?
Roman in the main event. Who cares about CM Punk? Who cares about
what about Cody
amongst the Muslims? Who cares about
Cody? The American Dream, Deitrich.
And we're in Saudi Arabia, the Muslim dream. Sorry.
Yeah, they don't give a damn about American. Yeah. You're right,
for
bro.
Them,
You're
it's
right,
religion
bro.
first. For them, it is religion and the culture of religion first. If you ever been to Saudi Arabia, first thing you learn.
I haven't.
The first thing I learned. Oh, they play different out here. This ain't America. They'll let you emulate America.
Yeah.
This ain't America. When in Rome, do as the Romans do.
Yeah.
There's a very great comic book called Miracle Man. And right now, Sami Zayn is their Miracle Man. No if, no and no but.
No, bro, he about to be the first of what we have been seeing repeatedly. I don't know your age, but I was born in the 80s. We've been seeing this same hero figure. If we go to wrestling, we just named it. We can go through the Hulk Hogan's, through the Stone Colds, through the John Cena's, they haven't even been through that first. So now, when it comes to wrestling and them having the monopoly on that, then they're going to take that to another country.
They have been through there. You know what the trick is?
Of course, I mean,
watched it on TV, so they experienced it the way
but
we
not, but not in the way that we have, Deitrich. Not in the way that we can see the manipulation.
They have. That's how they get to play the game. See, they seen how well we manipulated the game, so they learned. All I gotta do is put a couple of dollars in, because what you don't see is
not the niggas on your level, Deitrich. Not the dudes on your level. I'm talking about the fans.
That's what I'm talking about. Those fans, you got to remember, Saudi Arabia was still the biggest viewer of WWE for 50 years.
Yes, I know that. Yes.
For 50 years, that has been, it was Africa, them, then Japan. If you go to WWE.com right now, go look at language translations. You can only translate it to Arabic. You cannot translate that website to any other language but Arabic. Why? Because they paid another $150 million to get there. Because they know that their audience is so big in Africa, the Arabics in Africa, the Arabics in Iran, the Arabics in Saudi Arabia, the Arabics in the Strait of Hormuz, the Arabics in all of these categories. They know that they have already outwatched every American fan. Every American fan. So, I'll ask all three of you a question, from the young lady to David to you.
Aya, take yourself off mute. I want you to answer it first. Go ahead.
Did Nielsen ever walk into your house and set up a set-top box, give you $5 until you write down every channel you watched?
I don't think she know who Nielsen is, bro.
That's the beautiful part.
Yeah. Go ahead. But hold on. Wait. I'm going to let her answer for herself. Go ahead, Aya.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Fair enough.
Now, hold on. Let me explain to her real quick. Hold on. Now, Aya, I know we have had conversations on this. And man, you have read like reports on stuff and people and how they get their data about. Now, we're using wrestling, but you can apply this to any industry. Right,
but let's keep it on wrestling. Right.
Let's keep it on wrestling. Nielsen was
ever walk into your homes? Did the guy
at all? No. Believe me, bro. It's how you get it. Nielsen are the people who report back to the people who give us the report, right? Nielsen is the people that's hooked up to the TV to say that this home have 2 people, or they got 4 people, or they got 5 people, and this many people watching.
But the question is, did they ever walk into your house?
You're right, but no, I ain't walking you down. I'm walking her down. She already got the answer. No, they never walked in our house and said,
so David,
"Was you watching?"
Your house?
No, but they no at all.
No. So David said no. So how could you have been counted? Here's the trick with Saudi Arabia: because the television stations are government controlled, every household was counted. That's how they knew how much money to put up over the course of years. And there's the difference. Saudi Arabia.
And then Nielsen was around before streaming, right? Now we have streaming. Now I come from the music world. I ain't trying to brag or no stuff like that or whatever.
No, I worked for Sony. I worked for Universal.
Bro. Now I know, man, you haven't had deep conversations, even just one-on-one. We even having this conversation for the first time live. Hey, bro, I can't wait to talk to you one-on-one. Now, I come from the music world. I ain't never did nothing. Don't get me wrong. I'm whatever, but I can prove my stuff on YouTube. I've been rapping since on tape, and then, streaming and all that came around. Nielsen then fell apart because now we have streaming. So streaming at least exposed that whatever numbers that Nielsen was getting at that time, from the time period since Nielsen been around, streaming is a double or a triple when it comes to Now they still can't tell you how many eyeballs are on the product. They can only go by the household, the application.
No. They can. It's now gotten to individual. If you guys all got cell phones in your house, iPads,
and Facebook pages, and
it's gotten down to individual. And in the music industry, Nielsen can't count because they only count television. You're talking sound scan and sound scan and what you call it. I forget the other people, but anyhow, the point is, it's not right to say that the Arabic culture has not been watching, because no matter what, WWE has always broadcasted to 150 countries. 80-something of those countries are Arabic led and Muslim yet led. So that changes how they play. So now what the Crown Prince wants.
So why don't you think the whole... Hold we know they got the money, so why don't you? Because a while ago you just told me that they're not trying to like buy it all, but why wouldn't you think they would just buy it then?
Because they can't. They can't. When you understand the company Silver Lake, you guys, and you get a chance, go to Silver Lake and then type in and then go look at everything Silver Lake owns. It is a business model never to sell. See, a lot of the fans and a lot of the people who feel like who are insiders or they are talking about it, they all assume that Saudi Arabia is going to buy it because they don't understand the money structure. Once you understand the money structure, you'll learn that Saudi Arabia was never in contingency to buy it. They were never in contingency to buy it. They couldn't afford it. They couldn't.
But they trying to be the world attraction right now. But hold on, are you saying that?
Hold on. Just because you're a world attraction doesn't mean you can afford the world.
That's right.
There's a difference. So if I can't buy,
I get that. No, listen, I get that. I don't think they. Go ahead.
Now I'm saying, what if they can bring every product to them? I don't need to own you to bring you here. They just had the World Cup in the United States. We didn't have to purchase the World Cup. We got to have them for 6-7 weeks, and they go on about their business. Right?
My local businesses in my city, in my state, make a profit off of it.
That's all that's needed. So Saudi Arabia doesn't need anything. Silver Lake, you got to remember, and it's something you guys should think about. WWE is not a wrestling company. WWE is not. Hold on. Now listen to this clearly. WWE is not a wrestling company. WWE is not an entertainment company. WWE is a technology company. And once you dig deep into that, you'll understand why Silver Lake bought them. They needed to create the merger for them, because you got to remember, Silver Lake puts their bid in. Silver Lake puts their money on the table 30 days before the finalization of TKO. Once TKO finalizes, 1 year later, Silver Lake makes their official purchase. Saudi Arabia can't afford to buy technology companies because they have no home base in the United States. So what Silver Lake does, they bought TikTok, they bought Dell, they bought EA Games. They're about to buy Capcom. They're probably the front runners to buy Sony because they're technology companies.
Vince McMahon I don't know nothing about that.
So Vince McMahon determined, if you want to know how you go back, I'm born 1980. There was VHS and Betamax. The reason why Betamax lost is because porn and wrestling was able to be distributed on DVD, on VHS. That's all it was. Vince McMahon was the first person to prove that HD television works. Vince McMahon, because he's 24 hours in the technology is going. Remember, it's Stephanie Music and Shane Technology. They were never a wrestling company. They were a technology company, and Silver Lake only purchases technology company. That's how the buildings are even determined, by how much power they can hold and how much power they can pump out. So when you're looking at that process, when you're determining all of those little details, that changes everything that the WWE is. But they know the fan don't know that there never was a wrestling company. They don't know that.
I agree. No, bro, I agree, bro. I never thought I would see a day to where not only like Vince don't own it, but at least somebody in his family own it. what you saying make 100% sense, even based off what I heard like other billionaires say. You know, like I've heard other
you know
billionaires
what Vince
outside of
McMahon
wrestling say the
always
same shit
said?
that you're saying.
You know,
It's a commodity, bro. It's like a 401k. It's something to have under my belt that I could sell for whatever I want to do.
right.
Whatever I could be dying tomorrow. Like, you know what I'm saying? But whatever I wanted out of it. So WWE has, of course, you know, Vince started it, all this stuff, WWF and all that. This is why it wasn't no pushback on changing the name. Okay, y'all want the wildlife name? All okay, I'm in it for a different
which
reason.
is a shame, which is a mistake that Shane McMahon did. But you also,
I mean, but still benefited the company at the same time because
it cost them $50 million. Vince.
Oh no, at that time.
Yeah,
right. I agree. Yeah, at that time.
When you have to rebrand a 20-year moniker or 30-year moniker at that point.
Oh no, it was definitely, bro. It was definitely a chin shot. You know, it didn't knock them down, but we staggering.
When we're looking at it, Saudi Arabia, the reason why people need to stop saying Saudi Arabia is going to buy them, they never had the budget and they never had the strategy to.
Yeah. No, I think you explained that well. I think, but I think that Saudi Arabia understood that one up because this is something that wrestling have over a lot of sports, and I'm not saying every sport, but some sports, especially when it comes to people trying to be like Americans and all that. Wrestling can definitely put a W in front of their name. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that NFL ain't starting to go overseas. NBA basketball is overseas, but just as like something that connects everybody. Wrestling is a worldwide sport, you know, and it's one of the oldest sports. Even though the entertainment side that we follow, that brand and that thing is a staple just around the world. And now they're trying to capitalize off of it. But the people who are in control of it right now don't care just as much as they care enough to get their money out of it because they understand business and influence and popularity. It's no different than the music business. Like me and you, Deitrich, bro, growing up in the 80s and all that stuff. Me, I want to be a rapper. Whatever side you want to go into, cool. But it's a whole different industry now. At that time, we put music on tapes and CDs and all that stuff. Now with streaming and all that, you got to keep up with the times. And the people who are running the industries right now are no different than the people who was running the industries back then. So, you know. But anyway, David, take yourself off mute, man. Anything you just heard tonight? We didn't even get through the predictions. I'm way past the time I told. Oh, hold up. Both of them just came back. But David, tell me what you think about everything you just heard, bro. This supposed to be a SummerSlam prediction review.
I'm
but
sorry
I
to interrupt that. My bad.
I didn't mind switching up the whole format because the NWWO founder Deitrich Davis hit the panel. This stuff don't happen every day. You know what I'm saying? I put out a video for however long I've been putting them out. Deitrich Davis did just hit the panel. We ain't glazing nobody, but we are recognizing. Well, I'm recognizing I am honoring somebody who just hit my panel more than any other person who I would like to hit my panel, bro. So definitely on that. But Deitrich, I want to nail you down to something, bro. We can talk. We are going to do it, and we can talk about the wrestling forever, bro. I want to get you on some conversations about religion, man. Can me and you kind of lock something in? We ain't got to do it tonight, but agree to that?
Possibly. You know, I grew up with a Bible-thumping mother. I'm not the biggest believer in the world, but
I know that.
Yeah. When I got to go to Rome, that's kind of what changed my perspective.
No, Deitrich, don't get into it. Deitrich, don't get into it right now. We're gonna keep it on wrestling. What I'm telling you is Deitrich, I want to hear that stuff that you're about to tell me on the show that I want to have you on. Bro, ain't no pushback. It's all love. Ain't no answer.
There's no issue with that. But when I got I'm just giving a 3-sentence or 4-sentence thing that when we got to go to Rome, and I spent 4 months in Rome, and we got to stay at the Vatican, I started learning things. I learned a lot. Let me say that. I learned a lot, and it changed it kind of solidified something I was always thinking. So yeah, we can have that conversation on another.
Yeah, and sure. Bro, listen, kinfolk. No, I don't got no hell to put you in, none of that. You already know how I am, bro. I be in your chat saying. So I just want to talk about it. Yeah, we ain't debating. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no debate about nothing. You can ask me questions. go in on me while you believe in this Sky Daddy, nigga, Jesus white, like all that. I just want to have a conversation.
Yeah, that's not how I ever approach those conversations at all. Never.
Yeah, but I'm saying we can no, listen to me, no hate or nothing like that, but just I don't care how dark it is. I'm talking about for me and you, nobody else that had a convo. So yeah, bro, that's all I'm saying. And bro, I got your information, you got mine. Let's talk about that in the future. Again, let's put this back on.
And again, I apologize for over talking on you guys' show. I apologize to you, Aya, and David. David, I apologize.
You're absolutely fine.
Bro,
you are good.
Hold up.
I take wrestling
I want to show you. I want to show you how real I am, Deitrich. It's Aya. Take yourself off mute. Have me and you had a somewhat conversation about Deitrich Davis before you even knew who he was?
Yeah.
Yes or no? Okay. David, take yourself off mute. And I know y'all didn't know who he was. I'm just, David, have you ever just heard me mention the name Deitrich Davis since me and you have been talking?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
Have you ever heard me mention the name Deitrich Davis since me and you have been having our wrestling conversations?
I think you mentioned him once.
Yeah. So,
and David, I see that
you're
a comic book writer. Do you are you a comic book collector? Because I'm obsessed with comic books.
I used to collect comic books, but yeah, I used to.
I'm knee deep in it too. When I just looked at the screen and saw it said comic book writer, I was like, oh shit. So
I write now. So well, I've been writing since I could walk, but when I was a kid, I used to collect comic books. And they were all Incredible Hulk comics from the first issue all the way to issue 286.
The current Incredible Hulk is pretty good. The Immortal Hulk and also Inferno Hulk. Pretty good titles. If you get a chance, give them a read. Psychological and horror formats.
Too many Hulks for me. I like the idea.
It's the same Bruce Banner, but just what happens when you actually go into the head of Bruce Banner. It's a horror story in a sense.
Yeah, they're trying. I think that was because of what Doc Samson did in his therapy session.
Something like that. Yeah, I don't remember. I'm not a big Marvel collector no more. But I just looked down at the screen and saw a comic book writer. But anyhow. No, but again, I appreciate.
Man, y'all about to nerd out on my channel with comic books, man. Say, come on, man. I love it. I love it though. I love it.
No, but when it comes to wrestling, I'm no longer a wrestling fan, but I do love professional wrestling. I'm waiting for it to make me a fan again, if that makes any sense.
But you watch it every week. I see your lives. SmackDown, AEW, Dynamite. Yeah, come on, man. Just come on.
Because I love professional wrestling. You can love something.
Me too, bro. Me too, bro.
I'm just not a fan of it now. But I love it. And I want it to make me a fan again. We haven't had an oh shit moment in almost 25 years. If you really think about it. Maybe since Austin shook McMahon's hand, last oh shit moment in wrestling.
Yeah, no, real talk. Yeah. On something that like
I don't know what you guys say. I'm born 1980. I've been watching wrestling since 86, 87, since I was a kid. Yeah. So, there was.
I was born in 85. I've been watching wrestling since I was like, bro. I went to the Sportatorium. My mama used to take us there every Friday because it was free for locals. So yeah, I remember now. You probably like 5 years older than me, but I have the same experience you have now. Yeah, my life is different,
There's I don't know what would be Aya's and David's.
Okay, if wrestling, it's Aya. It's Aya have a platform. That's my daughter, bro. You know what I'm saying? She's been out here on the me. But bro, she's as big of a wrestling fan, just like. Look, Deitrich, just like me and you, bro.
What would be for her generation,
bro? That's bro. She ain't never Deitrich since she came into this world, bro. She been knowing wrestling is a thing, bro. You hear me? I'm still with her.
Asking, what's her oh shit moment? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was the moment?
What's the moment? Like he asking you like, whatever age you was at. What I was Stone Cold and Vince McMahon thing that like, oh, this shit real, maybe. What's your shit moment?
What I mean oh shit, what I mean is as an adult watching wrestling, or as what's your highest point of what you thought wrestling was great at, that you saw was the greatest moment for yourself in wrestling? And I'm asking David the same question too.
Honestly, I would say the Bloodline storyline. I would
That
say,
makes sense. Can't argue with
yeah,
that. I can't argue
because
with that, David.
it was 4 years straight. So yeah, I would say that would be it.
Yeah. So Roman losing the title was not good. What kind of interrupted you at that moment?
Yes, I was distraught. I cried.
I think Roman should have broke Bruno's record. David, what about you? What's that? What was that last oh shit moment you had in wrestling?
Now I'm a wrestling fan. Been watching wrestling since
David older than both of us,
1985.
Deitrich.
Oh, I can tell by the way he communicates.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying I can tell there's more.
Yeah, at all. No bad way at all.
communication.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you were saying,
But
David?
I've been watching wrestling since 1985. Actually, I remember, um, the territories. That's how far back I go with Bill Watts, with UWF, with World Class Championship Wrestling, and the Mid South with Mid South is Bill Watts. Junkyard Dog,
Right.
Iceman, King Parsons.
Mm-hmm.
But my oh crap moment was Andre turning on Hogan, and
When he popped
it
his
was
chain, right?
yeah, it was a slow burn though. We didn't see it until Piper called Hogan out to congratulate him on 4 years as 3 years as world champion, and then all of a sudden Andre shows up, shakes the man's hand and squeezes it. And everybody's looking at each other. Hogan and Piper are looking at each other like, well, what was that about? And then he waves to the fans, and walks off. And then the next week, Jesse Ventura comes out with Piper, and they start arguing with each other. And then he says, "Well, my man will be here next week. What about yours?" And then Piper says, "My man will be here." And then the next week, Piper brings out Hogan, and then Jesse Ventura brings out Andre, and I'm like, holy crap, with Bobby
Right.
Heenan,
So
and
think
I'm like,
about that.
holy crap.
That's about 40 years ago, right?
Yep.
You've been waiting 40 years for the needle to move for you again. Aya has been waiting 4 years for the needle to move. I've been waiting 25. So imagine loving wrestling, but where's my old shit moment? Last time I got that, now I'm going to change it a little. Maybe it was when Undertaker got pinned by Brock at WrestleMania, which they should have gave the Roman the next year. But the point I'm trying to make is a lot of wrestling fans, and that's what we're waiting for from this generation. And that's what Oba is going to provide. That's what Oba is going to provide, the old shit moment. But he's got to look down and out for it to be a true surprise. He's got to look down and out. But spinning everything back to your guys' SummerSlam conversation.
I mean,
it's rough. It's rough because we're going for Oba. I get it. We're going for Oba. But would you rather him get a cheap Brock win or a major world title win?
well, I would like to have the best of both worlds.
Me too. But we know they're not going to give him that.
Yeah, they may or may not. I look at Triple H's, his tendencies are a little, to kind of like, what they did to Sami Zayn was kind of messed up. What they're doing to Bayley is messed up. And
Bayley needs to leave. It's time for her to go.
I'm sorry?
It's time for Bayley to go.
I didn't hear you say that one more time.
Oh, I was saying
it's time for Bayley to go. It's time for Bayley to be out of here.
I think they deserve one more match with her and Lyra Valkyria.
I agree with that, but they don't want to use her. You can see it. They flagrantly don't respect her in that company.
They don't.
That's what I heard too.
You're right.
I heard they don't respect Bayley, man.
So when I mean she needs to leave, I mean in the framework of time to go to
AEW.
AEW is not the answer for everyone, but it's the safest.
But still, though, man,
it's a good place for her to go.
I think she should
No,
go to
hold
Ring of
on,
Honor.
because it's
Ring
still
of Honor is still
AEW.
AEW.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
AEW, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still AEW.
Because think about that. Now watch this though. Everybody want to leave a legacy in something, no matter what you do. Like me in music and all this stuff, whatever. If I could get paid the same amount of somebody who did leave a legacy, hey, forget the legacy. Give me the lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but go ahead.
Lifestyles come and go, but a legacy lasts forever. I think she should go to
That's
TNA
true.
first and then AEW.
Yeah, I don't think
But
TNA too.
Deitrich, hold on. I'm gonna cut you. Deitrich, in this era though, right? We in the recording era. Everybody gonna have a legacy, whether you want it or not. I'm talking about in the era that we live in. So now, give me the money.
Nah, Bailey doesn't have a legacy now. She has, in order for this to become a legacy, she's gonna have to go to TNA and then AEW.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
And Bailey's
Bailey's at the top.
Yeah, she was about to say something.
Go ahead.
I was just saying that I think that before, I feel like the reason Bailey would go to AEW is because of Mercedes. First of all, I feel like that'll be the main thing is Mercedes. But I do think she should go to TNA and all that because I know they're not really using her right now or kind of like just giving up. She is a big
TNA
presence.
WWE though.
Huh?
TNA is WWE.
I know that.
No,
Yeah,
they have an agreement. They just have an agreement. They don't own them, but they have an agreement.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, even though they're not really using her no more. Kind of just like, okay, we got it, you good. I feel like Bailey is a big presence backstage. With helping upcoming wrestlers or just wrestlers now, whatever like that. So
She helped my she helped my homegirl Nikki Blackheart get into WWE. You know what I'm saying? So Bailey has there's a respect for her in the industry for sure.
Yeah, so I was just saying, even if she go to TNA for a little bit, or even if they kind of like she like a kind of a put over, like put other wrestlers over, stuff like that, like a little presence like that. I think TNA would be a good thing for her, or continue her legacy, kind of like he's saying in TNA, and then go to AEW where Mercedes is, and do what you want to do with her, and all that good stuff.
Right. It's a process. It's a process for that. But let me let you guys go because I got a lot of running around to do in the morning.
Okay,
but
well, let me
I
say
had
this,
to support your channel. I had to show up because you show up into my live stream all the time, and my goal is
don't make this your last time, bro.
Oh nah, but I support everybody who supports my product. You get what I'm saying? So how can you appreciate how can you imagine being the king of the kingdom and never going to meet your people, never meeting the people in the town and having dinner at their tables and meeting their families.
Hey, it's a righteous way to do it.
What I'm building over there is not a YouTube channel; it's a culture, and it has to feel like family. You know what I'm saying? So
let's say I may not be building the same thing that you're building, right? But what I am building, now listen to me though. You play a major role in that, and don't let that be your last time hollering at me, bro. Like,
no. Why you think I jumped in immediately when you sent me the invite? And
bro, you don't even know. Listen to me, Kinfolk. You don't even know how many people. They ain't even on this panel right now. It's Aya know. I ain't gonna lie, she know. But you don't even know how many people I talked about. Dang, bro, this dude just brought my name up on his channel. Type stuff, right?
Yeah,
and then for you to hit my platform, now, and I'm a Christian, so I ain't making you no God or no this or no that, bro. I recognize your position. I recognize where you at. I see you the same way you see me, and you may see me as 10,000 other people because you get 10,000 views or more. You know what I'm saying? But listen to me though.
I see everything extremely equal.
No, Deitrich, look though. I ain't your friend because of that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or I ain't in your chat because of that, bro. I rock with what you rock with. And if we can have a relationship off of that, I'm with it. If that never happened, cool too. But bro, I'm genuine in what I tell you. And just go from there, bro.
Yeah. I appreciate you giving me the space to talk in your world and this, that, and the other. And I see everyone as equal. If one man got $1 million and one man got $1 million, that's just money. It ain't the heart and it ain't intent. So to me,
I don't see y'all.
culture,
Now, let me get personal forward. I don't see y'all niggas as equal, bro. I see a person for who they is. Now, when it comes to being equal, Deitrich, man, I gotta bring you back to Christ overall. But hey, we met on this wrestling tip. We'll talk about that later. You hear me?
yeah, but I
Yeah,
definitely I see us, no one man above the other, and I think that's
me
how I
too.
was able to get a lot of
We
things
all
off the
humans,
ground.
man.
And it's
We
that,
all
yeah,
humans.
that's how I look at it. But
Me too. Me
David,
too.
don't be a stranger. Give the show a listen. Come join me live. Aya, you do the same. I'll see you again in the live chat for sure, bro. Let me
Come mess with us,
go
bro.
get my rest.
Appreciate you,
I
man.
am. As soon as I saw you were live, I told you I subscribed and I left that bell on. As soon as I saw you was live, I said, "Yo."
Bro, bro, I know you was genuine what you told me about, bro. I said a week, but 6 days ago you said you was gonna watch my videos, you was gonna hear my, bro. You did it, bro. You
Yeah,
genuinely
let me
did
tell
it,
you
bro, and
something.
I appreciate you for doing, bro. Even if you didn't do it, nigga, I still would have been
No,
right
I
there
did.
on your Sunday sermons, and but I
I did.
appreciate you for doing it, bro.
I
So
I
let's
did.
build off of
I
that, and we.
definitely, yeah, I definitely did look through your channel, and that's why I said let me make sure the bell is off on, so when he goes live, I get the alert.
I appreciate you, man. Hey, man,
No,
go
I
and do
thank
whatever you
you
finna
all.
do. Get you some rest, man, and we'll
Yeah, I'm gonna
chop
get
it
some
up later
major rest.
on, bro. This just day one, man. Real talk.
Yeah, yeah, no questions asked. You guys all have a good one. I'll speak to you guys soon.
You too. You
Peace, bro.
too. Have a good night.
All right,
You
take it
too.
easy.
Yes, yes.
Say, I apologize to y'all. Y'all know we the flock. You know, Deitrich Davis may become part of the flock. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we was doing the SummerSlam predictions. Uh, I apologize to you first. You know what I'm saying? I know I told you I wasn't gonna keep you up past a certain hour, but you stayed on for a reason. That was Deitrich Davis, man. Say, bro, genuine
I
dude,
wanted to
cool
hear what the
dude.
man had to say, about the
No,
matches.
no, no, no. Oh no, David. When we get into religion, don't think you not gonna be. I'm talking about me and him. Oh, don't think you ain't gonna be there, bro. Bro, don't think you not gonna be there. Now, me and him vibe off that wrestling stuff, but he on that conscious stuff too. He might not even know as much as me and you know about the like the Sonettas, the Polites, the Tariq Sneeze. He may. I'm giving a caveat, but he does let it be known that he comes from the conscious side of it. We just so
Okay.
happen to vibe on wrestling, bro. Do you hear me, David? Calm down,
No.
calm down. But
No,
yeah,
I'm good.
bro, yeah,
I'm
we gonna
good.
get him. We gonna
I'm
get
good.
him.
I'm good. I ain't popping no blood vessels over here. Ain't no blood vessels popping over here.
Say,
But
okay. What y'all? Okay, well, give me what you think, or Aya. Let's let the woman go first. Aya. We got to get ready to shut down. I'm not saying I'm ready to shut down, but let's get ready to shut down. Aya, what you think about everything that we covered in SummerSlam and the brother Deitrich Davis hitting the panel, man? Oh, give me everything you finna get. I'm finna go on mute, and then David, you next, and then I'm gonna close out.
okay.
Well, I don't really have much to say. Y'all was talking like the big depths of it, and I ain't really know all that. Y'all older than me. Y'all the old folks, so I don't really know all that. But
I knew she was gonna say that.
We
I
don't like
knew it.
you. We don't like you.
but it was a good combo though. I really enjoyed it. I was paying attention, listening to all that good stuff, but that's before my time, so I don't know about all that. But SummerSlam wise, good point of views. Mine was the best, but good point of views. At the end of the day, as long as Roman wins, I'm having a good day. And yeah, that's all I
Throw
really
up the
got.
ones. You know what I'm talking about?
Put the ones up. That's all we got to say. But no, we gotta shut this down quick. But so going for over, going for Liv, going for Roman. Everybody else, yeah. That's all I got.
Say my girl. Now watch this though. My girl, Aya consistent. She ain't claiming to know. Now she may know some stuff behind the scenes. Who said what? Who did this? Who did that? But she ain't claiming to know it all. But based off what she do know, her conclusions are logical. Hold up, we just got somebody hit the chat. They said, "Oh, I know who that punk ass AEW, me, her ass, and I grew up with Brother Polite. Oh man, okay, bro. Hold up. I know Sonetta. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay, hold up. We're gonna keep it on wrestling. We're gonna keep it on wrestling.
Uh-oh.
David, didn't I tell you? David, we gonna now.
Oh Lord.
Hey, Deitrich, hit me up, bro. This the platform, bro. This the platform, man. We met on wrestling, but we can go in their world. Now let's go back on wrestling. Okay. Okay. Now, so David, so it's all you let it be known, and hey, we throwing up the warrants for the tribal chief, man. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah,
saying? And
that my tribal chief has to win,
thank
even
you.
though I'm
Any
kind of
real fan gotta say that.
even though I'm kind of torn because Seth is also my dude, but my
The number
tribal chief
two.
has to win.
Number two.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Number
Now,
two.
see, I we feel you, but we not neglecting certain stuff. Now, Deitrich Davis came along and just said, "Why this gonna happen? That's gonna happen." Now, just say the average fan, they would have never even understood why Sami Zayn won the belt. All three of us on this platform right now, we understand why Sami won the belt, even if we took it to our wildest dreams. They didn't get that. You know what I'm saying? So the people who own the company and all that, they really not even they are thinking about what's going on storyline for the most part. Y'all know me, and I stand on this. The reason why WWE is falling is because a person who loves wrestling is not the person who making the final decision. Of course, we're trying to make money, we're keeping the storylines alive and all that, but I only want to do that because I love wrestling. We have the
Mm-hmm.
suit and ties that's in wrestling now, and they see wrestling the same way people see the NFL, the NBA, the soccer. A person who make candles, a person who makes shoes, a person who make laptops. They just see it as an industry. They don't see it now as into why, like, oh, okay, no, don't get me wrong. They get the numbers. They get, okay, well, 1 million people bought these shoes today, and 1 million people bought this laptop today, but okay, wrestling people bought this. You know what I'm saying? They just manipulating the same industries to make their portfolios bigger to seem richer to the people who they in front of, bro. Like if we all don't get that, like what are we really getting? But when it comes to wrestling, I try to tune this stuff out, and just get into the storylines and all that. But it's still right, bro. Sami Zayn is going to be the person because Saudi Arabia is the people who paying the most money. The
Right.
American people was paying the most money, right? Now, David, you can go farther than me, David. You remember territory days,
Mm-hmm.
where it was North Carolina, Texas, California, all that. You didn't get to see every wrestler, bro. You just got to hear about them. You didn't get to see it. Now and then they capitalized to where TV and all that stuff came out. Now we get to see the wrestlers. Vince McMahon is
Now,
the reason why this stuff got to happen. You know what I'm saying? So now think about the people. Think about the people who are younger than Vince McMahon and are smarter than Vince McMahon who see it the same way. It's just repeating itself, bro. Just different generation.
well, in the territories, we did see every wrestler, but we didn't see them all in the same house. But we did see them on different UHF stations. We saw the Iceman King Parsons. We did see the Dr. Death Steve Williams and the Big Bubba Rogers and
Kevin Von
Ted
Erich,
DiBiase and all them guys. We saw all them dudes. Steve Simpson and what's that other fella's name? Steve Simpson and Gino Hernandez and Chris Adams. We saw all them guys, and they were great wrestlers. But they were allowed to be great wrestlers because they focused on the talent. They didn't focus so much on the money aspect and the entertainment aspects like the WWE did. Because like the young man told us earlier, the WWE is well, of course, it's a major conglomerate, but it's all about technology. That's how WrestleMania 2 was able to be seen, not just from LA, but from New York and what's that other place? It was New York and LA, and it was another place I can't remember now. But he was able to do that simulcasts. Yeah. So even now, we're able to see all of our wrestlers that especially in this generation, we're able to see all of our favorite wrestlers all in the same house. And then, Kevin Owens and Triple H, well, not Triple H, but Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and who, by the way, was screwed majorly. I'm still a ride or die fan, even though he was
Me
teaming
too.
up with
Come on, now, the
Crybaby
last
Gunther.
real good guy.
Yeah, he was the last real good guy. And I think he's going to win. This isn't his first uh, cup of coffee with the WWE title. I think he's
Hold,
either going to
hold,
win it
hold
again.
on, wait. David. Now, what Deitrich Davis was saying earlier, the reason why that's gonna happen, because they can do that to anybody. Let's just be 100. They can do that to anybody. He's
They
saying the
could.
reason why they're doing that to Sami Zayn is because now let's go a little bit, bro, not all the way deep. You know what I'm saying? If we can. The reason why they're doing that with Sami Zayn is for a biblical reason. These Saudis is paying more money than anybody who paying us, and the person who they want to see win the championship. Now, we wasn't even paying to see. We paid to see whatever conclusion y'all want to give us when it comes to Hulk Hogan or Stone Cold or John Cena or Roman Reigns. Now, these people are paying y'all for the conclusion that they want to see, which is Sami Zayn, for their people to see that, hey, us Muslims are on top, the underdog. Because if you think about it, when it comes to Christianity, Muslims came out of all that, man. We have been beating them up for centuries after centuries after centuries. If they want to take even just something as small as wrestling or soccer or sports and all that, they can definitely take wrestling, because wrestling is something that's global, bro. Wrestling been around before football, basketball, soccer, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? They can take that to manipulate the minds of their people.
Yeah, wrestling's
And
been
we
around for
see and we
years.
see that. Look. We would never seen that, bro. Sammy is finna get this belt, bro.
Yeah.
Why? It ain't because Triple H. It ain't because Triple H ain't finna do trick, like he's saying. They ain't finna do Trick Williams like that. They ain't finna
Nope.
do Oba Femi like that. They ain't finna do Carmelo Hayes like that. I'm just saying, we see that they should do them like that, and they can say, well, oh, you feel that way because you're a black person. But if you think about who paying for what, who doing what, we can see that Sammy is finna be the person who, well, whatever storyline they want to give them, because they can give anybody any storyline, bro. It's true what the dude is saying. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on mute. You and it's all your respond to that.
Well, he was right.
Go ahead, Dave. You said that what?
I'm sorry. Oh,
No, go ahead.
well,
I was saying, go ahead.
oh, my bad. But yeah, he was right as far as the business aspects of it. He offered a wealth of information, and hey, I don't mind him being on the show. He could offer all of that. I was just listening. I was just listening to everything that he said, and that's why I was on mute. I didn't interrupt. I didn't say anything. And then
You didn't, no,
aside
bro.
the
You was
question that
perfect.
I
You was
asked,
perfect.
but yeah, that's pretty much it. I think Sami Zayn, because if he's a Muslim, they have to do it again. They have to give him another title shot. They have to make him champion again, and they're gonna have to do it in Saudi Arabia.
And he not gonna become the Ric Flair 16 times, John Cena 17 times. Then watch this. We saw it every time Hulk Hogan won the championship. You hear me? They
Yeah,
about to see that for them, bro. Listen, I'm talking about for them. They about to see that for the first time, bro. And think about like every generation from the. Let me see. I am gonna put a cap on it. So let's just say like from the 50-year-olds all the way down to like the 9-year-olds, bro. That's like their first time seeing it, bro. Bro, that's gonna change their mindset for whatever agenda the Muslims have that's not even something we even thinking about right now. But anyway, keep back on wrestling. It's Aya. What's up? We're about to close out, y'all.
I don't really have anything to say. I said my whole piece. So
Huh. And you was right when you said your whole piece. Like she said, hey, she didn't even think about it on that level. But like I told him, based off what we see on TV and what we would want. You know what I'm saying? What we see, Bloodline, this, that, Sammy, Cody, Oba, Brock. I still stand on what I said. You know what I'm saying? There is no reason for them to not put Oba over. But he even changed my mind. He was like, well, dang, you know, if they don't put Oba over and then but just say Oba win all the other matches, because that's what's been happening. He win all the other matches, but then he just lost to Brock one time and they got a rubber band match. Well, if he lose to him again, okay. But then if they put the world title on the line, however many people showed up to see them fight the first time, the second time, the third time, double or triple is still gonna come back around and see them fight for the title though. Because Oba is finna smash everybody, bro. Oba is finna smash everybody. If y'all don't know that or not.
Well, if he smashes everybody and can't get the job done against Brock the third time around, I don't know. I'm not totally
Who
sold
bigger,
idea yet.
David? Who coming? Now, this is post Attitude Era. You know, this is
Right.
post Stone Cold, Undertaker, all that. And he didn't fought all them dudes and beat all them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even I'm talking about me and you right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know
Right.
you're a couple of years older than me. You can go back a little farther, so you can definitely come from where I'm coming from, right? Brock, the way we felt about the Stone Colds or the Rocks, and even if you got to be raised in the Hulk Hogan eras, Brock was like that character that was like it's still real. That ain't, you know what I'm saying? Who really come out of that era? Because it wasn't no Romans, wasn't no Seths, wasn't no none of that. Those dudes got built off of those names, bro. You know what I'm saying? So who really come from that era that really matters? It is Brock, bro. Whoever Brock decide to pass the position that Brock was in the company, bro. You hear me? Whoever he decide to pass his position to, that kind of mean more than a lot of positions. It's been a lot of Hogan's, you know what I'm saying, Shawn Michaels, Stone Colds, John Cena's, Roman Reigns. It ain't been a lot of big shows, Brock Lesnar's, you know what I'm saying, Oba Femi's. It ain't been a lot of them. Kane, bro. Kane was my first. Kane was Brock in my era. In my era, in your era, Kane was Brock, bro.
Yeah,
You
he
know what I'm saying?
was.
Kane could take any move, any finisher, any steer, get back. The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, the Fiend was a mixture of like every character you could think of, Dark Side. So that don't count or whatever. He like, you know what I'm saying? That don't even count.
Yeah,
But
the
for a
Fiend
person who,
scared me.
right, the Fiend scared me. And he got my same last name, Wyatt. But I'm saying, so when it comes to somebody who was like human, take out all the superficial stuff. You know, Kane could drop his hands and make fire spark out, and you know what I'm saying, that stuff. Take all the superficial stuff away. You had a person, and then you had Brock. You know, Big Show. You had Brock. You know, stuff like that. Those was like people who didn't use superpowers, none of that stuff. They just came down and really just showed that a human could do this to another human. You know what I'm saying? Like with no powers or nothing. Oba gotta be the next person, bro.
He's got to be.
Oba, he gotta be. If it ain't Oba, then who?
Yeah, then who?
And who? I'm talking about name them, and like he said, take the racism off of it. Who? Now we didn't have other big people, you know, in other eras. You know, we didn't have the Matt Morgans. You know what I'm saying? What's that dude in AEW? Um, ah, come on.
What's the dude with the mask? Oh,
No. The big dude in AEW, bro. Not only can he power slam you, he can do like 619s.
talking about
What's his name?
Luchasaurus?
No,
Oh,
white dude.
yeah,
He
I
just had
forgot.
an interview on Chris Van Vliet. But yeah, him. But anyway, right place, right time, bro. Obafemi is in the right place, right time, man. And I don't see why they wouldn't hand it over to Obafemi outside of what Deitrich Davis was saying the reason would be. You know, they got to give it to Sammy. Like that time is. I mean, it's still here for us in America, but it ain't like that globally, bro. And
Right.
and the people who run the world globally is Muslims. We just happen to stay in America, but when you look at the other side of the world, yeah, Muslims do run a lot of the world, man.
Well, it's the third. It's one of the three most the
Exactly.
three major religions.
Yeah, and it's number 2.
Yep, and it's Judaism, Muslim, Islam, and Christianity.
That's it.
So
Okay, man. Let's get ready to clap. I mean, do y'all want to still finish out? Y'all want to go real quick on some of the other matches that's in here, or y'all want to close out right now?
we can close out. We can go and finish off tomorrow if you
Okay.
can.
Well, say, man, David, you know I appreciate you, man. I didn't expect for Deitrich to hit it. My bad. I was glazing. You know what I'm saying? It's Aya. Me and David already had this plan earlier today. It's Aya. I definitely didn't know you was gonna come in and join the panel, man. So y'all know I appreciate y'all, man. This wrestling stuff, it don't stop. It's only gonna get bigger. This is, but watch this though. You know, and I can't say it enough. You know. Do y'all got any closing words y'all want to say before we shut down?
Thanks for having me on the show.
That's it.
Oh, yeah, it's a girl, it's Aya, and we out.
Well, David, we're gonna talk after we close this live. But but no, again, I appreciate y'all, man. Real talk, man. Hey, SummerSlam prediction, special guest Deitrich Davis came through, man. We appreciate you, bro, man. Nothing less, nothing less, nothing less. This is, but watch this though. I am Mama Ducks, baby duck, Mr. No Ducks himself, quack, quack. But watch this though.